So Catherine, good to see you.
And you, Chris.
Thank you. And so we're here to talk about the amazing partnership that we've had together with Intuitive. So how did Intuitive get involved in Candlelighters?
So initially it was through our CEO, Roger Stocker. So he had a sort of family connection to Candlelighters. And when we were looking for a charity to support, we decided we really wanted to support a local charity. We're based in Leeds. And one that we felt we could have a real partnership with.
Yeah.
So rather than a really big sort of national charity, we felt we could have more impact and work more closely with a local charity. And then there was also that connection really of it being quite close to our hearts already. Through our CEO. Yeah.
Brilliant. So what type of things have Intuitive done as part of the partnership?
We've done lots of things actually. I think Candlelighters are really great at giving us lots of opportunities to get involved in a really easy and accessible way. So we started off with things like responding to requests for Easter eggs for that sort of for families, donating chocolate for the Christmas party for the families.
Yeah.
We got involved in Pink It Up Week. We did a bake sale in our offices and sold all of our pink themed baking. And then out of the back of the Christmas party, we've had a number of different members of the team who've actually gone along and helped. I think one of them even got encouraged to be dressed up in the champ costume as well. So yeah, and everybody's just had got so much back from volunteering. And for some of our younger members of staff, it's maybe their first experience of doing something, giving back and doing something voluntary, and they've all really, really loved it.
Yeah. There seems to be a very chocolate and food slant to those things there.
I think there is.
I've noticed there's a theme.
Although, having said that, we did also take on the 150-mile challenge as a team, so maybe just to walk off a few of the calories that we'd put on with the baking and the chocolate and everything.
I love that.
And again, we used that as a real team building thing. So instead of us all just going and doing our own walking, we had some of our team meetings were walking meetings, or we'd have a team meeting and then go out as a company and have an afternoon walk all together and things like that. So we've definitely got as much out of it as an organisation, I think, as hopefully we've given back. It's been a really rewarding partnership.
Great. And what do you think, are the reasons for it being a successful partnership?
I think partly because you're local.
Yeah.
So if we want to get in touch with you, we can literally just sort of stroll up through the city and we're at your offices, your headquarters. Obviously, it makes it very tangible. We can come and see you and talk to you. I think it's really the relationships. And we do see it as a real partnership. I think you're brilliant at actually coming and engaging with us. We had Emily, your CEO, came to one of our team meetings, and she, I know one of your key values is fun. She did a really fun team building activity to get to know the team, and then we talked about ways in which we can get more involved and help to volunteer as well. And I think you're also really good at giving us recognition.
Yeah.
So if we have done something that we've been involved in, we might put that out on our social media. You always will comment on that, engage with it, amplify what we're saying, which again is good for both of us, I think. So it's a real supportive, sort of engaged relationship, I think, between the two businesses.
Great. Yeah, well, I think, our philosophy is, a rising tide lifts all boats. So if the business does well, then ultimately Candlelighters, which is about the families and children we're supporting, then there's more support for children and families. So everybody benefits. So we do work hard on trying to recognise businesses where we can, by giving, kind of positive PR and messaging. But also, there is the kind of people element at businesses as well. It's tough out there, isn't it, in the workplace? And so I think back to that kind of, I'm chucking in all the cliches here, but a team that plays together stays together. Yeah. And I think it is, how is, Intuitive and attractive place to work? Well, here's what we do in our community. Here's how we make a difference to families who've been affected by childhood cancer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, our team values are very much around being charitable and giving back, as well as obviously we want to, we're a business, we want to make a profit and be successful and sustain that growth. So actually the combination of the two works really well. And the fact that it's so positive that all of our team have really embraced that and have really, just enjoyed their involvement. It is fun.
Yeah.
But like you say, it's also lifting up families that are going through the worst of times and being able to provide that support for them, but in such a positive way.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, like you've touched on there as well, you know, there's the opportunities to get quite close to how you're making a difference as well. Volunteering at the Christmas party and becoming Champ, the massive pink elephant mascot, is one way of doing it. But I think, you know, you came to the business collaboration event and were able to hear from, you know, people who are funding, who are delivering chemo at home, you know, as the UK's first trial for children at home. So, you know, we work hard as well to try and bring businesses and individuals as close to the cause and the people that they're helping as possible. So hopefully, you know, you've kind of felt the benefits of
definitely.
of being that
I mean,
close to
the business
them.
collaboration events are great because, like you say, it gives us a chance to really understand what where the money we're raising, where the efforts that we're putting in are going in a really direct way, and hearing straight from the horse's mouths, so to speak, of the people who are, you know, like you say, you're funding to deliver that chemo at home. I mean, that was just really, really inspiring to hear that, and quite humbling, really.
Yeah. No, good. And well, and that's the impact that we have collectively. You know, it's humbling to sit, you know, as part of the Candlelighters team and in the fundraising and partnerships team. The money rolls back to zero as we start the new financial year, and there's £2 million to raise. But to just see, you know, businesses like Intuitive get involved and people to do bake sales and take on challenges is really humbling. That's, you know, we end up delivering collectively that support for families. And I think when we first got engaged, I was a bit concerned. We're quite a small business. Would we actually have anything to contribute? You know, we're not a big multi-million-pound sort of corporate. But one thing we did last year, which was really successful, was the Ready Steady Bake Cook Challenge, which ended up being a fantastic collaboration with people that we knew in our network, with Leeds City College. And even though that started as a sort of small germ of an idea, it turned into something that was quite a major fundraiser for the charity, and also nice maybe to do something different that hadn't been tried before. And I think we're really ambitious and keen to do that again this year and grow it and make a little bit of a dent in that £2 million target for this year as well. Yeah, brilliant. Well, it was a great success, and like you say, something a bit different, and then you very kindly came and shared that at Business Collaboration, which then gives other businesses ideas for, you know, what's our version of Ready Steady Cook,
exactly.
which is brilliant.
Yes.
So fantastic.
Great. Thank you. Nice to speak to you, Chris.
You too.